Yes, my Hoppers kit has arrived. I can now communicate with animals and enter animation worlds featuring animals. Whoa, what a rush!
And now, Veterinarian's Hospital, the continuing story of a quack who has gone to the dogs.
Oh, Dr. Bob, quick! You must hurry and heal this patient!
Whoa, what am I doing here?
I was having that my whole life!
No, this has been a misunderstanding. Where'd you get this body?
Well, the next door neighbor alerted Nurse Janet about an unconscious body, and you, Dr. Bob, must find his conscience.
Find it?
Yes, give this puppy a cricket.
No, you don't understand. This is supposed to be Veterinarian's Hospital, and this is not an animal.
Of course not. This is an animal.
Bad joke, bad joke,
Okay, I think I need a break from this.
Allow me.
Whoa, I had the weirdest dream that I was possessed by someone.
Oh, that was me and my Hoppers tech. Sorry, I forgot to turn off the demo switch.
Don't apologize, I was turning on my brain anyway. And so we come to the end of another Veterinarian's Hospital. Tune in next week when you hear Mad Hatter Patrick say,
Well, that's one way to get out hopping.
Trust me, I know how that feels.
bark, bark, bark.
Before we prepare ourselves for Toy Story 5 this summer and every other sequel, Pixar still got a few tricks up their sleeve by releasing their next original movie. This was directed by Daniel Chong, the same creator who made the popular Cartoon Network show We Bare Bears, and as someone who watches the show many times, that's cool to have him to be part of the Pixar team. The film was originally going to star penguins as the main characters, but Pete Docter denied because, well, there's already lots of penguin anime movies. So Daniel switched the penguins to beavers after doing some research of their natural habitats. When Hoppers was announced, it somehow became a viral meme when a lizard named Tom starts playing with a touchscreen while typing lizard emojis and have a text-to-voice speech saying, lizard. Welcome to another episode of The Wonder Reviews. Get ready to learn some pond rules. This is Hoppers. The movie's about a girl named Mabel who wants to save a small glade because the mayor of Beaverton, voiced by John Hamm, is going to tear it down for a highway. The only way to preserve it is by bringing the animals back to their domain. One day, her college professor created a robotic beaver avatar that allows them to communicate with animals easily. Hence the name, Hoppers. Mabel puts the headset on, and she and the beaver bot are linked together to the animal world. As she starts to learn the rules about being a beaver, she decides to meld with the animals' natural order to help protect their homes from the highway construction. But since that plan caused a major backfire, Mabel must stop the war between humans and animals while still preserving the animals' home from any massive construction. On paper, this sounds like every environmental film you heard before, like Ferngully, Princess Mononoke, or, of course, Avatar. But trust me, you have no idea what kind of environmental movie you're about to get into. This has got to be one of the most insane Pixar movies I've ever seen. As soon as Mabel puts on the beaver avatar and do most of the talking involving Mayor Jerry and the council, the animals thought the best idea is by squishing him and take over humanity for taking so much land from the wildlife. That's how they set the tone for the movie's conflict. Now, before the incident happened, it does explore the life of the glade animals, not just the pond rules by King George, but how there are several animal kingdoms, and the relationship with humans as a whole. Which the latter does dive in deep for the film's message and shows the connection between the two species, where they're trying to do what's best for both sides without pushing things too far. And this also applies to Mabel's role, where she's trying to find a solution for the glade and her animal friends, one that does not bring chaos to both worlds. But that's not the only reason why Hoppers is considered one of the best Pixar originals. It's also a funny comedy. When watching the movie, you can easily see the humor is on par with Daniel's previous work, We Bare Bears. It acts a lot like a funny cartoon episode, but in a hilarious way. It throws a lot of crazy ideas to make the adventure extraordinary, and they're even self-aware how unrealistic and bizarre it is throughout the picture. Plus, the voice acting really makes some of the humor dialogue really funny. Speaking of viewpoints, I wonder what else this thing can do. Cool! I'm playing as Spy Fox! I wonder if... Ah! Please be a pogo stick? A Pikachu? Now this is more like it!
Hunter, use hypnosis!
Come on, I didn't even go. You know what? This fish persona isn't so bad.
Hey, Bob.
No, wait! Okay, playtime's over. Back to the review. Since the whole point of Hopper's technology is to communicate with animals, that means we also have to know the characters throughout the film. With the main protagonist Mabel, she is the rebellious girl that wants to save the Glade from the highway construction. Well, she is doing this because she loves animals, but this is also a place where she and her grandma used to hang out and that helped her control her temper. As we see her viewpoint of nature in her childhood flashback, you understand why the Glade means so much to her and makes you want to see Mabel succeed at gold. That Glade is what makes Mabel, Mabel. But then there's Mayor Jerry, the good-looking mayor that's planning to tear down the Glade for his freeway and his second-term election. Well, he's somewhat antagonistic. He's not like King Magnifico where he's all, "Grr, don't question my authority." But they've written him as this goofy, full-of-himself guy that the grand majority of Beaverton doesn't seem to have any objections over him or his freeway. In addition, he does have his own soft side, and he's more active than lazy with his job. And John Hamm's performance really made his character that silly and irresistible. The other leader is King George, the mammal king who created the pond rules and a giant dam for all animals to live despite being overcrowded. While his rules may be flawed, his heart is still in the right place. He believes that there is value and goodness towards everyone, including humans, and that building trust with one another can have its benefits. There is also Dr. Sam, the inventor of hoppers, along with her colleagues Nisha and Connor. She plays as the voice of reason to Mabel, where she does not want her to disrupt the animal's natural order in any way. She does understand what Mabel is really going through, but she doesn't want Mabel to get hurt and meddle with the animal realm enormously. There are a bunch of comic reliefs in the movie, but their roles are minimal than expected. A few of them like Loaf, Ellen, Diane, and Tom Lizard do supply some funny moments thanks to their character traits. But we didn't get much out of the council members such as the Fish Queen, the Bird King, the Amphibian King, and the Reptile Queens. The only exceptions are the Insect Queen and her son Titus. They are the ones who thought of the crazy idea on squishing humans and that they want to take over the human world to see how they like to get stepped on. Now in the past Pixar movies, we would usually visit new realms or other places on the map like a space community, a city populated by elements, or a Riviera where sea monsters exist. Well in this one, Hoppers is more down to earth than any of the studio's previous movies. The animation is still gorgeous, but my one complaint is that the city of Beaverton is really boring. We only got to see the university and the Hoppers lab, and that's all there is to this place. However, as soon as Mabel hops into the Beaver robot, that's where the animation does kick things up and becomes amazing. In the mind of an animal, the forest is huge where it almost fools you that nature actually took over. But the settings get even better with George's gigantic beaver dam, and on the inside is like a big conference room for all animals. Although the backgrounds have a more realistic approach, the character designs of both the humans and animals do look cartoonish, yet they translate well into both habitats, with all the hair and fur textures and how big and round the rest of the body is. Another unique animation technique is the eye animations on the animals. Without the Hopper's technology, their eyes are nothing but small dots, but with Mabel's beaver and the other robot animals, the animal eyes now have white eyes with pupils, showing how the animals and humans communicate and view the world different from each other. With the character movements, the humans do move like normal people, but the animals seem to have a more cartoonish approach depending on the situation, yet they still manage to take advantage on that cartoony animation. Similar to We Bare Bears, it fully rates what sort of wackiness the characters unleash, from Mabel's showdown with Ellen to the party job by George. But as the movie progresses, the character animation on the animals becomes grander and absolutely insane, like how the council leaders make their grand entrance or the car chase in the second half. There's even a clever climax involving the Hopper's tech, which I won't spoil what happens, but it just gets stranger, funny, and somehow darker. The animation helped make the comedy funny. It goes wild on the animals and sometimes go a little weirder. Sometimes being unpredictable can have its own advantages. I've seen Pixar movies that made me laugh a lot, like Turning Red and Monsters Incorporated, but this comedy was funny and smart simultaneously, and that's why I loved it. Hoppers is one of the most unpredictable and bizarre movies I ever seen from Pixar, and I had a blast with it. The comedy is hilarious, the animation is nice, the characters are really likable, and even the plot is deep between the relationship between man and nature. This is a must-watch for everyone, especially if you enjoy the cartoon show We Bare Bears. It's that crazy than you expect it. But even so, it also succeeds as an environmental film like Princess Mononoke and WALL-E. I came to this movie for some good laughs, and I'm glad I managed to get some. I'm going to give Hoppers an A, and I'm putting the Diploma of Destiny into this. I'm Mad Hair Patrick. Now, if you excuse me, I have to return something. Excuse me, I would like to return this tech. This jumping dimensions has been too overwhelming for me.
Ditto.
Huh? You actually tried it?
What?
Well, that kinda explains everything. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, check out these other videos, or feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming reviews and other projects. I'll see you soon.